Hello, everyone. Just getting started. I have a presentation coming, so if you want to go ahead and ask me any questions, just start sending me comments. We're going to talk about wallets today. There's a lot of different, I've been getting a lot of different questions about wallets, and people have asked a lot of questions about where exactly are your Bitcoin or your cryptocurrencies when you use an exchange. And I wanted to just kind of give you an overall view of how cryptocurrencies work, how they're stored, and how they're protected. It's a little different to kind of comprehend because we like to think of it in terms of the traditional banking system, but it's a little different. It's different in the sense that you can essentially be the bank and control like all of your funds. So hit me up with any questions. I'll start off with the actual. I have to start recording as well. I'll start off with the actual presentation, and then we will get into, I'll do a screen share, and we'll do a download and a installation and a configuration of what you guys have heard me describe as a cold wallet, a private wallet, personal wallet, whatever you want to call it. But ultimately, it'll be in your control. So that's what, that is the ultimate goal, to let you guys know that, hey, good morning, Camille. That'll let you guys know that that you are in 100% control of your coins. Now, there's a caveat that comes with that. If you're 100% control of your cryptocurrency, you're 100% responsible for it. You're responsible for the payments that you receive, the payments that you make, and also securing it. So you have the keys to the kingdom, you and you solely. So I'm going to teach you how to secure that and even recover it in the event of a loss of your device, a crash of your computer hard drive. If you store in a cold wallet, in your home safe, let's just say some catastrophe happens, whether it's a weather event or accident, that you still be able to recover your cryptocurrency. And that's in a sense, and just to kind of give you an example, let's just say you kept all of your cash at home in the mattress, which I do not recommend, by the way. And you, oh, hello, Shalita, how are you? Hey, Danny, how you doing? Yes, security. So what if you kept, here's a scenario. What if you kept all of your cash at home under the mattress? And again, like I said, I do not suggest that. And your house burned down. There is no way for you to recover that value. That cash is burned, it's ashes, it's gone. Now, what if that same scenario happened and your cold wallet for your cryptocurrency was destroyed? You could recover that if you've memorized your seed, which we'll talk about, and or stored a copy of that cold wallet somewhere else, like in a safety deposit box. So I just want to give you guys the foundation today. There's many types of wallet configurations. There's many types of secure wallet configurations, but I want to get you guys on the ground floor of a security protocol that I think will help you secure your coins and then be able to use other types of wallets successfully. Because what we're going to see is we're going to see all types of wallets. There's wallets that do multiple coins. There's wallets that do work on specific type of coins, and we haven't even started talking about smart contract wallets yet. But this is going to be the foundation for what your takeaway today is. I want you to have a foundation of how to secure a wallet, and then you can move into those other wallets because they're coming. They're already here. A lot of them are coming. And you're going to want to be familiar with this technology. So, if you would, just remember back to when you sent your first email or visited your first website on a computer and maybe a light went off in your head and you was like, oh, I get it. I want you to have aha moments today. I want you to understand that securing your wallet will get you we're moving into a new era of independence, but also responsibility. So hit me up with any questions. Hardware wallets, Danny. Yeah, we'll touch on those. But the thing is, today we're talking about your key. But yes, hardware wallets are. I will not do a demo on that today. I think I have a picture of one, and I'll type in some. I'll type in some URLs to some hardware wallets. But that's like the next step of what we'll be talking about today. Today, I want to emphasize and drive home with you guys that you have your private keys, and that private key gives you 100% control over your wallet. So hit me with any questions. I'm still setting up. I got a computer screen here. I got a computer screen over here. Plus, I got my tablet as well. So because I think people will be trying to join the group, so I'll be adding them to the group as well, to the podcast. So, but like I said, hit me with any questions, and then I will just kind of jump into it as soon as I get do a couple of tweaks on the presentation. And if some of you guys attended the meetup, I think it was the September meetup. This is kind of like a follow-up to what we talked about then. Is those wallets are very important. Now, the reason why I wanted to revisit this subject is because when we had that meetup back in September, I think we hadn't even hit 5,000 yet on Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin has since, as a lot of you guys know, has like just skyrocketed and surged. We're probably up, I think we're at probably about 17 to 18 today. So what that's caused a rush of people, everyday people like yourselves, your family, friends, and so forth, wanting to get on this Bitcoin phenomenon. Their entry point has been these exchanges where you can go and tie an exchange to your bank account and get your Bitcoin, take your cash from your bank account or credit card swipe, and then convert that into Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Now, that's great. I think that's a wonderful thing. You guys know I always talk about mass adoption, and I'm all for it. But I always talk about security. There's one little caveat of that scenario with the using the exchange as a third party, and that is Bitcoin. When you buy Bitcoin on the exchanges, your Bitcoin are not stored on those exchanges. Your Bitcoin are on the Bitcoin network, the blockchain, which no one controls. What has to be controlled is your private keys. Now, right now, if you have Coinbase or another exchange, you're basically kind of borrowing their private key to move your Bitcoin around, to sign, make those signatures and transfers of your Bitcoin balances to wherever you need. That's what you're using now. You're using their key. What I'm going to show you guys how to do today is set up your own wallet on your computer or your device and transfer those Bitcoin from the Coinbase or from the exchange keys to your own private wallet where you're controlling it with your keys. You're not going to be closing your account. You can still use the exchange to convert your dollars and another currency into cryptocurrency. But what we're talking about today is security. Okay, so give me like 1 minute. I'm going to check on the presentation. But in the meanwhile, put comments in here. Ask me any question, any other any other questions in the comments section. All right. Let's see. See if anyone's trying to get in on a Facebook group. Okay, Vincent. Hey, Vincent, how you doing? Vince just asked that, good morning. He said, my thoughts on two-factor authentication while using the exchange wallets. Two-factor authentication, I believe in that. What that does is it gives you, that helps if you are, you're logging into your exchange remotely. If you're using a new device, they're verifying that you can log in. But it doesn't help in the sense that a lot of these hacks, and I'll get into Coinbase because I talked about I talked about I saw an article today talking about the number of accounts that Coinbase now has and why I think that sets it up as a honeypot. But when these hacks happen, it's not someone breaking into someone's account and then stealing an individual's keys or Bitcoin. These hacks happen where they're not logging in through an account. They are breaking in through a whole nother method. And sometimes it's an inside job, and they're getting those keys. So two-factor authentication is thrown out of the door in a scenario like that. If I'm at the physical location at that exchange, or I have some way compromise the system, then two-factor authentication is not relevant at that situation. When we talked about, I don't know if you saw my video on Nice Hash, that particular exchange got hacked for $62 million. I think it was like about 10 days ago. Two-factor authentication would have done nothing to prevent that. That was either number one, a inside job. People said that it was a social engineering hack or attack, which means that basically someone used or manipulated someone within that organization and got access to that system and stole all the Bitcoin. So it would not have worked or protected you in any way in that scenario. So, but two-factor authentication is good. Like if you set your phone down and someone else gets it, or if someone's if an individual is trying to log into your account from somewhere else. But what I'm going to do is teach you how to protect yourself from when the entire exchange gets hacked. So yeah, good question. Very good question. Okay. So Danny, can I touch on how the fees will impact the transfer of coins exchanges to private wallets? Okay. So that will be a factor. Good question, Danny. Right now, because of all you guys' interest in Bitcoin, what you've done is you've created a lot of transfer activity. So when you're going through Coinbase and buying your account, and setting up your account, and they're putting in orders to buy Bitcoin to fund your Bitcoin wallets, to your rented wallets or leased wallets. That's creating a lot of transactions. The more transactions go on the Bitcoin network, the higher the transaction fees. You can pay minuscule transaction fees, or you can pay very almost exorbitant transaction fees. I took someone to do a Bitcoin purchase, and they were only going to get $20 worth of Bitcoin, but the transaction fee would have been about $10 to $15. So he's just like, well, I'll just wait and do it another way, because they are the competition is so high to complete these transactions or add these transactions to the block. What you may have, if you have a transaction and you don't put a large enough transaction fee on it, you may have to wait a few hours before that transaction gets into a block, because the miners have set it up to where they're taking the big block, the large transaction blocks, transactions, the large fee transactions, and placing those in their blocks first. So a large transaction fee will get you probably in the next block, where a very small transaction fee will get you in a block maybe in an hour or 2 or 3. I've even had, like, I'll do a minuscule transaction fee through my wallet configuration, and I've had transactions that didn't get into a block for at least like a day. So it just all depends. So but now all of the activity is driving up the cost of those transactions. So in order to alleviate that, now this is the one other thing that the exchanges are good for. They will pool all of those transactions together and then make one big transaction in order to, I guess, mitigate some of the friction or costs associated with the fees. Another thing that is good, that now that we have SegWit, segregated witness, and the Lightning Network, what every node can be is they can set up payment channels to create and basically stake a certain amount of Bitcoin in that payment channel, so that when you do want to get a transaction, or you want to purchase Bitcoin, then they can do it in an environment that has minimal transactions, or what I call low fee or no fee environment. So, so that was a good question. Okay, all right. Tracy is adding people as they come in. I see some stuff coming in on mine, but yeah, Tracy is adding people to the group as well. Okay. Let's see, Danny. Supply and demand, Shalita, that's correct. Supply and demand right there. Okay. Hey, Irv, how are you? Okay, Vincent. Cool. Okay, let me go and check right quick I'm going to check for my presentation, and then I'll do a screen share here in a second. Let's see. Cool, man. Yeah, very cool. Gonna download this. Oh. Minimize this. Oh, there it is. I see it. And I'm going to do view, document view, full screen mode. Escape. I think, well, I can do like this and still have it. I think I can get out of that. And I'm here. Go back here. Okay. Do alignment. Okay. Anybody any more questions before I jump into the presentation? Nope. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Hold on. No. None from you. No. Porter. Hey, Alphonse, how you doing, man? Okay. Okay, we got another developer in here. Any other developers in here? Okay. All right. So I'll just jump in. This will be my little first. Hey, I think I got. Let me see this button. There's a button here somewhere. Well, not now. Hold on, guys. I'm looking for the button to do the screen share. Let's see. Let's see. These are popping. Let's see. I will. Well, I got a notification this morning that BitShares is fun. Shout out to Willie Crypto. He hit me like before the sun was up this morning with a text. So I was I like BitShares as a technology because it is a decentralized exchange where you can go on and trade crypto to crypto. You can also use BitShares to do. You can also use BitShares to transfer value from cryptocurrency to a international payments card, which is basically like a global credit card. It has the smart chip, security chip on there, the little gold chip on the card, and you can use it. And if anybody else out there understands the investment part of it, because I'm just learning that you can do what's called peg an asset to a real asset to a digital asset. You already have some assets that are pegged to tradable assets within BitShares, the platform, because they do things like BitShare Gold, BitShare Bitcoin, BitShare Silver, all of these other things, BitShare Oil, that you can peg to assets, and those trades are backed by those real-time assets. So if you're a traditional investor, or if you're familiar with the traditional investment model to where you want to trade in an instrument that you know is backed by something else, then BitShares will probably be right up your alley. You know, I've had to learn a lot about the candlestick charts, which has been an interesting journey to kind of see how the market moves, and also do what they called learning how to do paired assets on how one asset is trading against the other, whether a bit USD dollar trades against a Bitcoin. So if you've never been into trading or anything like that before, and you want to kind of like get your feet wet, BitShares is a great way to do it. They also have a coin, but I like the platform. I actually have the BitShares platform installed on this computer here, and we may do another Facebook Live and just kind of show how easy it is to trade on BitShares, on the BitShares platform. David Butler, yeah, that is transfer fees. Now, this is what I suggest, David. In order to avoid some of the friction or the pain of those Bitcoin fees that are caused by the just mass interest in Bitcoin and people coming into the market, go with Bitcoin Cash. I'm gonna type in a place where you get an Electrum wallet. This is for Bitcoin, okay? Asia, yes. Can I suggest some hardware wallets? Okay, like that. Asia, this is for Asia. Here's a hardware wallet recommendation. Kiki. Google that. Kiki was suggested to me. You guys have seen my buddy Parker that comes to the Meetup. Shout out to Parker. He has a Keep Key. He turned me on to Keep Key. There's also Ledger and Trezor, but Keep Key has a nice little LCD screen. You can take your secret key and plug it in there. Keep Key also does multiple coins. You can do. I know for a fact that you can do Bitcoin and Ethereum with Keep Key. So that would be one. And I would suggest that because, probably going to have Parker. He's a real busy dude. He builds miners as well. Probably going to do a segment with Parker to where we're like, using that Keep Key. It's a very simple, straightforward type of thing. It has if you're used to the Chrome browser, using the Chrome browser, there's a plugin that integrates seamlessly with Keep Key. But you can also just like punching in, just like doing a little, I was almost like typing numbers into a calculator. But you can like I said, you can start your Chrome browser, plug it up via USB, and then load coin off or use it to make to spend transactions. Okay, and you can also have multiple keys on there as well. So you can have like basically different types of coins and multiple counts for those coins as well. So yeah, but Asia, you want to get we want to get the cold wallet concept down today, and then you can just kind of springboard from that, because ultimately what you're talking about is the securing your private key. Whatever way you do that is great. Long as if you can memorize it, you memorize that seed, great. if you type it in a text file and encrypt it, and then make multiple copies of that encrypted file, you could have that on every single device, every single USB. You can even, copy that file and copy it on someone else's computer or put it in the cloud. They'll be able to see the physical file, but they won't be able to read it, just to have multiple copies of it. And then only you will be able to unencrypt that file and restore any wallet on any of any platform. So, but that's the thing, is like today we want to talk about like securing that key. Okay, I'm going to try this screen share one more time. Throw another question in here in the interim, and I will get it. This is not my first time doing Facebook Live, but they just added a feature where I can share the screen with you guys. So I'm going to try to go ahead and use that feature. Let's see, come on, like. Continue watching, click to enlarge. It looks like I should have started off with that. Let me see. Dang it. Where's my screen? Because I'm afraid if I try to minimize it, I'll kick you guys off, and that's what I don't want to happen. Let's see. Just a side note, Asia, me and my buddy had wings there the other night. It was great. We took a picture in front of the board. It was good. Let's see. Insert a movie. Let's try this. Okay, that doesn't work. Invite. Yeah, I was trying to do. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So everybody, just kind of give me an idea. Go in the comment section, and are you using Bitcoin on are you going to be installing your wallet on your computer, on your yeah, that's right, on flash shows, yeah, on your computer, on your Android device, or your iOS Apple device? So let me know that, because we got a couple of options for those. Who's Android and who's Apple and who's desktop PC? Let's see. You couldn't see what? Shawanda, you couldn't see what? What couldn't you see? Android, okay. iOS, iOS, okay. Okay. Look at Windows. Alphonse is on Windows, iOS, okay. Droids, okay. I'm iOS, which seems to putting my wallet in a mobile. Okay, Android, iOS, and PC. Ubuntu, dang, Danny, go ahead. That's right. Okay, Android, iOS, and PC. Okay, all right. So we'll start off with the Android people, and then so Android, you want to go to the Play Store and download Electrum. So Android people, go to the Play Store, download Electrum Wallet. I'm going to show you how it looks here on my device. Okay, and my iOS friends, My iOS friends, Apple friends, go to the App Store and download Bread Wallet. And Danny, you're on Ubuntu. You can, there's and yeah, and also Linux, which is Ubuntu, and Linux. Yeah, you can do Electrum as well, and also PC people. Continue. Use Facebook. More settings. Let's see. Danny just hit me the question. Can I have the same wallet, Bread in this case, running on both iPad and iPhone, accessing the same funds? Yes, you sure can. What you should do is you can set the wallet up, install the wallet on both devices. Okay. When you first create a wallet, and this is for everyone, when you first create a wallet on your device, you're going to get the option. They're going to ask you, do you want us to create a new seed? Do you have an existing seed to build your wallet? Now, when you create the wallet on the first device, after you install it, you're going to create a new seed. And what a seed is, it is a 12 to 24 word phrase. These will be just everyday words, not some type of cryptic phrase. These will be everyday words. They're not in any type of sequence or alphabetical order or anything like this. These are 12 to 24 random words that the computer has interpreted a random key, but it interpreted it into words that we as humans can read, that we can use to rebuild a wallet. So yes, when you get that seed, you take that seed, you write it down, okay? Montero writes multi-signature. Montero, if you can choose standard wallet. If you are setting up an account where you're, let's just say you and your spouse, or you and you're setting up a wallet with you and maybe one of your kids, you can do a multi-signature wallet, but we can get into that later, because that's like having a checking account where you have to have two signatures to spend funds from. That's what a multi-sig is, but we can get into that later. I would choose a standard wallet right now, okay? Getting back to Danny's question, after you create that initial seed on your first wallet of your device, okay, you write that seed down, because you're gonna have to re-enter it to confirm it, okay? Write that seed down. That seed, those words, if they're entered into any other wallet, they will recreate the wallet. Any other wallet app, they will recreate the wallet. So that seed is very important. What you've done when you created a seed, you've essentially backed up your wallet. So you could take that seed, lock it away, memorize it if you can, which I would suggest it too, because also these HD wallets, or whenever you create a seed, they're also affectionately called brain wallets, which means that you memorize it. And if you memorize that, you can go download any type of wallet, not just Electrum, not just Bread Wallet. You can download Mycelium, Jax, any other type of wallet. And when that wallet asks you to enter a seed, you enter that seed that you've memorized or you got from some other place or secured in another place, and it will rebuild your wallet. Because you got to understand, your Bitcoin are not stored on your wallet. They're not stored on the exchanges. They're only stored on the Bitcoin blockchain. All a wallet this wallet is a database of your keys, which can sign transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain or whatever respective cryptocurrency that you happen to have. Okay, so the exchanges do not hold your Bitcoin. Those exchanges are holding your key. No, they're holding their keys that control your coin that you purchased from them. Okay, now you can go in and use that. You can go in there and spend it and send that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency balance to your private wallet, but you're using their key to do it. Okay, all right. So Danny, in your scenario or anyone else's scenario, you create that seed. Then you can have a PC, a Mac, a iOS device, or another Android device, and when you install whatever wallet software on there, as long as it's an HD wallet, and that means a hierarchical deterministic wallet, you install that seed on any wallet that is an HD wallet, and it will rebuild your wallet right there. So you can have one device, one Bitcoin balance that you can access from multiple devices. Okay. Let's see, Ingrid, you have free wallet on your iOS now. Do you suggest moving to Bread Wallet? Ingrid, did you create a seed with that wallet? Maybe, can you hear me, Ingrid? Okay, so if you have a seed, you're good. I just used the reason I suggested Bread Wallet and Electrum, because like I said, this is my first time doing the screen share, which I wasn't able to do. I can walk you through Electrum or Bread Wallet just from memory. I couldn't do it probably with Free Wallet, but if you have a seed with that wallet, you can use any wallet you want. You can use Free Wallet. You can use, like I said, there's other ones. Mycelium, Jax is very cool because you got multiple coins in one wallet. But you take that seed. The seed is the key. That's what I try to tell people. The seed is the key. You take that seed, you can print it out, and when essentially if you print that seed out, that is a cold wallet. And let me get into a distinction of a cold wallet. A cold wallet is one. Let's just say right now that every one of you guys installed these wallets on your devices or your computer. Okay, and you took that. You did two crucial things. Okay, number one, which I'm gonna repeat this over and over. You backed your seed up, and you secured that seed. And then number two, you created a payment address, a receive address. Okay, so now you've done both the things that have secured your Bitcoin. Now you can secure that seed. Now you could take that wallet off of your device. You can uninstall it. You can uninstall it from your computer, your device, anything else, as long as you got it backed up. You take that seed, you memorize it, then you take it and lock it in a safe. Then you take another copy and take it to a safety deposit box. That's fine. Now you've got the QR code. Now you've got a QR code that you can save in anywhere. You can print this out. You can do a screenshot of it and keep it in your gallery, in your photos. Okay, this is your public wallet that people pay into. You can spread this all over the place. This is not a secret. Okay, so. And after you do this, like I said, you can uninstall the wallet. It's no longer, it doesn't exist anymore in electric form. It only exists in your memory as a seed and also on the papers that you secured. Okay. Now, if anyone ever wants to pay you in Bitcoin, you could just give them this address. They can scan this. You can actually you can copy the actual number here, the Bitcoin address, and text it to them or email it to them. They can pay it, and all it's going to do is pay into that wallet. Now, you won't immediately be able, you'll have to restore the wallet to be able to pay out of it. But this is just like a payment, you know, someone paying into, remember they used to have the Christmas accounts where you used to pay into it all year, and then it would be like a Christmas, you could cash it in, you know, around Christmas time to go pay, get a Christmas, you know, buy gifts and things like that. That's how you can treat your cold wallet. They say it's cold because it's not anywhere where anyone can access it to pay money out of it. You can't get on there. No one can hack it. It's not hackable. You know, so that's why I call it a cold wallet. Essentially, if I have this device, this physical device, and I didn't have a PIN number to secure my wallet software, and I left this sitting on the table at Starbucks, okay? Someone could come pick it up. Even though I've saved my seed somewhere else, someone could pick up, if they have access to my device, then they could pay all of my Bitcoin to themselves. If this app does not exist on this device, then they can't do it. The wallet is cold. The wallet is here. The wallet is printed out and in a safe. But what they can see, they can see this all day long, but only thing they can do is pay into it. Okay? So if you ever see my phone at Starbucks, just scan this. But hey, good morning, Jamar. How you doing, Jamar? We're gonna do some big things, you guys. So that is a cold wallet. The cold wallet is not touched by anything electronic, is what I would describe a cold wallet as. It's only here. It's in physical form in a secure place. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think I had another idea. One of you guys' questions had sparked. Let's see. Have a free wallet on iOS now. Okay. So yeah. So Ingrid, you're good on that. As long as it's an HD wallet, you're fine. You can take that seed. You can take that seed and load it into the hardware wallet, which we talked about earlier. Someone had asked me. We were talking about fees before. So let me get back. Let's see. So let's see. Got the hardware wallets down. David said the transfer fees on Bitcoin are insane. I want to revisit that. Yes, supply and demand is driven that. What you can do, if you're getting coins through an exchange, your initial foray into your coins when you're converting, let's just say you're using Coinbase, you can convert. I would go from cash to Litecoin, because what you're gonna have with Litecoin, you're gonna have a 2.5 minute confirmation time, and as far as when the new blocks are created from the transactions, and you're gonna have it's gonna be faster, and you don't have as many people rushing in and out now. There's a lot of interest in Litecoin now, but we may not have those fees that you have in Bitcoin. So then when you go to Litecoin, just like I'm talking about now with our creating a cold wallet for our Bitcoin, you'd have to do the same thing, but with a Litecoin wallet. Okay. I'm going to give me a second, guys. I'm going to, I can't show you on the screen, but I'm going to talk you guys through this, and I'm going to go get a link. I want everyone to check that out too. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's see here. And let me see. I'm still gonna look through these options now. Before I started the live broadcast, I saw on here the option to screen share, and I actually did it, but I guess it's one or the other. It's either camera or screen share. Okay. Does everybody, have you guys installed the wallet yet? Anybody have any questions about installing? Like somebody said, do I do a standard wallet? Yeah, I would do a standard wallet. And then if you've done Electrum, you should get to a point where it says something like something to the effect of SegWit. If it gives you an option for SegWit, I would definitely go SegWit, that SegWit option. Let's see. I'm testing out a wallet generator right quick online, guys. Send you the link. I think this is the one I had. Okay, preset currency. Huh. Very cool. Bitcoin. Who has their wallet set up? Will a hardware wallet keep a ledger of all transactions? Will like Coinbase, or does the hardware wallet just keep the amount that remains in the wallet? Okay, David, I'm glad you asked that question. Okay. A hardware wallet, no, it can when the hardware wallet does when it interfaces with the Chrome plugin for Chrome. Okay. Coinbase keeps a record of the transactions, but ultimately those transactions, you could create a script that does the same thing by pulling that information from the blockchain. Because ultimately the only ledger that counts is the one that's on the blockchain. All of these, there's a website that I love to go to. It's called blockchain.info. That will show you, I mean, I could go get someone's Bitcoin address and go through there and tally up all of the inputs and outputs and get their final balance for that particular address. I could do that. I could write a script to go and pull that information in and present it on a website just like blockchain.info. Coinbase goes to the blockchain, takes those balances, and does a calculation to give you a final balance, takes those transactions and does a balance, and then just presents it to you. They don't keep the balance. You cannot, they cannot manipulate the overall balance. They're just pulling information off the blockchain. What they can do is use the keys that they use to acquire the Bitcoin that they sold to you to make transactions, okay? Now, when you have a hardware wallet or even a cold wallet, you can always take your Bitcoin address, the address that I told you guys to pay into, that you could pay into. You can always take that address. You could always take this address, go into a website like blockchain.info, and you can see the balance of it at any time. But that blockchain.info is what's known as a block explorer. But all it is somewhere sitting next to their web server, they have a node that's running the Bitcoin protocol as a node, not as a miner. but it has, just like every other node, it has that full blockchain, the entire ledger that goes from whatever current period in time is all the way back to the first transaction on Bitcoin. So it's good that the exchanges can show you a balance, but that's not information that's exclusive to the exchanges. Everything that the exchange can present to you, you can do on your own. When you get these wallets, like any of these wallets, if it's connected to the network, you'll be able to see your balance. Or you can just go out, like I said, you can go to what's known as a block explorer, and then you can view all of your transactions, and then you can tally up the balance itself. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. That will keep a ledger of, yes. Oh, and here's another important question that I've gotten, not in this one, but also that I've gotten from out on other Facebook groups. Someone asked me if I store my Bitcoin on a private cold wallet, will the price or the value of my Bitcoin still rise? As the increase. So let's just say you created a cold wallet when Bitcoin was at $5,000 and now it's at 17,000. It's like, what is the value of my Bitcoin? It's still the same. It's going to go with every other Bitcoin, because ultimately what you're storing is a private key that allows you to spend. The Bitcoin is still on the blockchain. It never leaves. And then here's another thing too. I try to tell people, there are no coins. All we're talking about is transactions that are on a distributed ledger that's using double entry accounting. That's all. All it's doing every 10 minutes is going back and verifying every input and output that's associated with that particular public address that's signed by the private key. That's all it is. That's what the blockchain is. It's just a database of all of those transactions saying this person authorized the transfer of this amount to this address, and it's verified with the signature of this private key. That's all it is. Very simple, but beautiful in its design. Okay. So let's see. Yes, Jamar, Block Explorer, there's like thousands of them. I mean, if you not even trying to mine, if you were to download the entire blockchain on a computer and set up a node just to verify and add blocks to, you could install a web server like Apache or Nginx on that same server, create a web page to pull data off of the blockchain, and present a website that shows all of the transactions of every transaction in Bitcoin. You could do that. And then you would essentially, a block explorer is a web server merged with a node, and it's presenting all of the data on there. Blockchain.info happened to just be the first one. They used to have it where those transactions would run up and down like a ticker tape. But they, I think they were having some issues with their JavaScript that did that. But it was nice though. Okay. But yeah, you can. Yeah, all that information is out there, and basically a lot of it is just what they call RPCs and of JSON files to pull the data off the blockchain. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, does everyone have wallets? No? Everybody got a wallet? And if you have any issues with the wallets? Okay, Jamar, they said, does having a Chrome plugin to view the balance ledger increase the chance of being hacked? Yes, it does. But it does if Chrome itself is compromised. If your computer is already compromised, let's just say if you had if there's a keylogger on your computer, and a keylogger is basically a little script that runs on your computer in the background. You don't know it is, and it's recording every single keystroke that comes across the USB bus, input output, and into the system. That would be an attack if you have to actually do some typing. If your computer is compromised with a virus that could basically take over your browser, your Chrome browser, yeah. But Chrome is out there. It's pretty secure. The plugin was developed by the same people who developed the KeyKeep or the actual device. So it's been proven to be solid. So like I said, no system is 100% secure, but I'd take 99% over 75% any day. Okay. Let's see. David. David says Windows users better get rid of Kaspersky Labs antivirus software. Yeah, probably. Is there a way that, let's see, Shalita, is there a way, let's see, Shalita said, is there any way to scan my PC to see if a keylogger script is present? There are. It really just depends. If you're running regular antivirus scans on your computer, it should catch those. A lot of times the keyloggers are in mostly public environments, and a lot of keyloggers are actually physical devices. So I could create a keylogger on this, and if I could plug in this USB into your computer, like if I took it into a computer lab and plugged it in there in between your keyboard and your computer, it could log it. And it just depends. Some of them are very sophisticated. Some of them are just as simple as a device. Some of them are sophisticated enough to where they can also, another attack would be they copy what's in your when you do a copy, when you do a cut and paste or copy and paste, they copy what's in your clipboard and can send it there. What I do, and dang, I wish that this screenshot worked. I use a keyboard. I use a password keeper where all I have to do is copy the password and paste it into username and password. So I don't even really hit keys to be able to enter those in. So that would avoid a keylogger attack. Let's see, thanks. Let's see, I have a 12-word seed for my blockchain wallet. I am to understand that I can use my blockchain wallet seed. Yes, you can. You can, but you understand that blockchain key is on blockchain.info. So basically, they created a key for you that they have. Now, unless this is the downloaded wallet. But if you're using a web wallet, the key is somewhere else. Okay? So that's just like if I had your key and I had your seed and I say, hey, I have your seed, but I'm not going to use it for anything, but it's secure with me, but here it is, so you can rebuild a wallet for it. You could do that, but you got to understand, I would use a new seed, and what you should do is go to that blockchain wallet, and pay your new wallet all of that Bitcoin. Because I can take your 12-word seed and build a new wallet. So even if you create a wallet in Electrum, if you use that same seed that you use from blockchain info, if blockchain.info is compromised by a hacker and they get that seed or get that key, they can spend everything that you have in your Electrum wallet. But if you generate a new seed for your Electrum wallet today, which I suggest, create a new payment address. Okay? Go to blockchain.info or go to Coinbase or any centralized third-party exchange and pay yourself. Your Bitcoin will still rise in price. You can create a cold wallet from this, lock it away, and just keep the address, but you will be 100% secure. Now, on the other hand, the other caveat to that is you are 100% responsible for your key and the security of it. If it's gone, it's gone. So it's sort of like, I like to use this scenario. If you are issued a credit card and you're walking down, or a debit card, that debit card is directly tied to your bank account, and you're walking down the street, that debit card falls out of your pocket and you don't realize you've lost it until an hour after you lost it. You can pick up the phone and call the bank and tell the bank, hey, lost my debit card. Please freeze any purchases or transactions on it, and please disregard any purchases or transactions that happened from that point when you lost it forward. Okay? If any transactions happen, they'll probably restore whatever money was lost. Okay? It's possible for them to do that because there will be a record of that. Okay? Same thing with a credit card. Now, different scenario. If you're walking down the street and you keep your money in a money clip and it falls out of your pocket and someone picks it up, that cash is gone. Okay? So that's what Bitcoin is. That's what it is when you have your own wallet. Now, but it's even better because if I lose my phone, even if I have my wallet on there and I have password security on my phone, or this phone is damaged, irreparably damaged, if I know that seed, if I've got my seed secure, I can go get a new phone, download a new Electrum wallet, Mycelium. Ingrid said she had like free wallet, any of those H wallets, reinstall that seed, and I've got access to my Bitcoin. Now, I'm trying to drive this home. If the first seed or wallet you've ever had is you did it on an exchange, there is another copy of it somewhere, even if you yourself back it up. If you created a seed today with the device on your computer, then you are the sole, you know exactly how many copies have been created, and that was totally under your control. If those exchanges are hacked, if they're hacked, they don't, when hackers hack these exchanges, they don't steal dollars anymore. Because if I hack the US dollars, or if I hack a bank, ultimately, even if I transfer it to offshore or whatever across the world, ultimately I can be caught. Because money, you can track it all. They don't even hack dollars anymore. They go in and they get those keys. So your keys is what's important, Irv. If you created a key on blockchain.info, you can still keep that account. I'm not in any way telling people to close your Coinbase accounts or any of that. I'm saying keep as little Bitcoin or cryptocurrency on them as possible. Create your own wallets and pay yourself. You're responsible for this 100%. Okay? Let's see. Okay. How do I send, okay, Asia. How do I send profit from Coinbase wallet to my Bread wallet? Okay. You just log in. I'll walk you through it. What I'll do is I'm going to log into my Coinbase. That's why I wish that I could do this screen share. I'm going to go there and walk you through it. I'm going to log into my Coinbase, and then I can just kind of verbally talk you guys through it. Let's see, Coinbase. Sign in. And as you can see, I am not typing any keys. I'm not hitting any keyboard keys because I am managing this through a password management program. Coinbase. Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, I am going to type in my email address if you hear the keys. Oh, okay. They're gonna do two-step verification. They're gonna send me something. That's cool. Never. They're doing the two-step authentication, two-step verification. Coinbase is. Let's see here. Come on. But hit me with another question while this thing sends me a text. Let me see here. Let me go and check my connections. How do I send code? Okay, okay, good. Great, I'm glad. I am glad. Come on, give me an IP address. I'm juggling a couple of devices here. I got three PCs and a tablet. Okay. Let's see if that's going to cooperate now. It may let me just get back on. Oh, no, I got to sign in again. All right. Oh, the wonders of technology. Okay. Accept. Okay, now that I'm connected, it should send me my 2FA. Okay. Update. Technology is only good when it works. Yes, David, that is correct. That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, because I really wanted that screen share to work, and it did. But like I said, I guess it's not a dual thing because I'm looking on here for another button, but it's just not happening. Let me see. Everybody, just like chime in and see if you've done a wallet. If you've done a wallet or you already have one wallet, just hit me with that. Just sit. Yes, if you got your wallet set up. Come on, text. Okay, Jamarcus, he's got his wallet set up. Cool. Great. Let's see. You got Coinbase. Okay, understood. And Shalita, I want to get back to your question about the keylogger. Do you think that at any point that you may have clicked on a suspicious email link, or if someone has had unauthorized access to your computer? Usually those are the attack vectors. If you get a phishing attack, don't, that's what I always tell people, don't click on any link from anyone you don't, not even from people you do know, if you don't exactly know what they may be sending you. Usually if you mouse over, if you take your mouse and you don't click the link, but you just put the mouse cursor over the link, and then it will, most email programs and definitely most web browsers will show you the URL or the address to where that link goes. And if at the end of that long sequence of that address, it says .exe, which means the executable, don't do it. Just delete it. Or if it says .php or anything like that, because that's an executable file. Okay. All right. Asia's got her wallet set up. Drew, let's see. Format your hard drive and restart your OS if you think you have a keylogger. Yeah, that's true. David says hard drive and reinstall the OS. That would be a good remedy as well. Let's see. Let me go see if they've sent me my text to log in. Okay, cool. They got me my text to log in, and okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Come on. 6223. Okay, I guess I have to do another one. Let's see. Sign in two-step. Submit. One-time code. Let's see. I'm going to try to sign in again. I guess I took too long. Let's see. See, you're going to send me another one. All right, let's see. Oh, okay, so what I'm going to do too, guys, I'm going to, let me see. I'm going to go ahead and I will still run through the presentation because I think I've hit a lot of the stuff that I have in a presentation, but I'm just going to run through it and see if it sparks any questions from you guys and that I can answer for you. But I am going to talk through this this Coinbase payout right quick. Let's see. Okay. I got a new code, so here. Okay, you didn't, okay, email didn't arrive, unconfirmed, please, okay. Unconfirmed device, okay, I don't want to confirm this. Email didn't arrive, there's our support center, okay. It looks like you're signing into Coinbase from a computer device that you haven't used for a click confirmation link in the email. Okay, so they just sent me an email. So they have a lot of security to, keep people from getting into the system individually, but I'm going to talk about the other security issues when you have what's called a honeypot, which I think that Coinbase is quickly becoming. Let's see, so I'm going to go. So now I got to go and confirm that I got an email from them, new device confirmation. Got authorization from this computer. So this is, let me just say this because I'm not trying to like knock the exchanges. These things are good security to keep an individual from compromising your individual accounts. Okay, but hackers do not do that. They have an entirely different attack vector that they use instead of trying to get someone's account. Now, whose account they would want is like the system admin's account or the CEO's account or anyone that had access to that information. Those are the attacks they do. So these hoops that we're jumping through now when I'm logging in, they're great. I mean, they're good for an individual attack, but for a on-owl attack, it's not going to do it. So Asia, what you want to do is when you're in Coinbase, you want to go to accounts. Okay. If you go to accounts while you're from within Coinbase, you'll see it say across the top. It'll say dashboard, buy, sell, accounts, tools, and settings. And I'm logging in from a computer, so I don't know about it from the app itself. But if you go to accounts, it'll show you your transactions, and it'll show you all of the different, the account under your accounts. It'll show you the different coins you have and the balances for the respective coin. Mine, I can see Bitcoin, I can see Ether wallet, I can see Litecoin wallet. There's also a USD wallet. On the Bitcoin and on the Ethereum, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency wallets like Litecoin, you have a couple of options. There's an option to send and there's an option to receive. Okay. When you hit send, there's going to be a dialog window that pops up that says send LTC or send BTC or send ETH. What you want to do is you want to, if you're using Bitcoin, you want to take your wallet. There's an address here. You take the address from your wallet, your secure wallet, and you enter that address into the recipient address inside of your Coinbase account. Okay. Then you put in the total you want to send. It'll show you your balance. You can copy and paste that balance in the total you want to send, and then you send it. There will be some fees associated with that transaction, yes. But you would have done what you would have done at that point is transfer your coin from Coinbase to your own wallet. Okay. Let's see. Yes, you entered the bread wallet address, Asian. David, yes, absolutely. Okay, so David says anyone that is connected to a public or free Wi-Fi might want to double check your system to make sure you haven't been compromised, especially on your mobile device. That is correct. That is correct. Usually our office should be pretty safe. But like, if you're at a coffee shop, a library, hello, library, one of my students just walked by, a library, anything like that on a public Wi-Fi address, there could be the person sitting next to you with their laptop running, they could be spoofing or acting like they're the actual Wi-Fi connection and viewing all the data that comes through that connection. Or they could be doing what's called a man-in-the-middle attack, which they get in between you and the final destination of your data. Okay. Let me check this. See, can you still sell from your private wallet? Oh yes, I'm glad you said it. Okay. Let me see. Asia, let me go back to Asia right quick. It says, please enter a valid BTC address. That's the address from your wallet, Asia. The address that you generate from here is the valid BTC address. That's Bitcoin address. Now, if you type that in, make sure that you type it verbatim. Make sure that you type it and double check it. Okay, if you do that. If there's a way for you to scan it or at least copy and paste it, then do that. But and it's case specific. So if it's a capital D, make sure it's a capital D and not a lowercase d. And this is a valid address, so if anybody wants to scan this and send a payment, I'm not gonna, it'll be fine. As a matter of fact, Miss Tricia, hey man, how you doing? Miss Tricia, if you want to go ahead and send me some Bitcoin as an example, I'll have feel free to. We're doing it for the public. Okay. Now I'm going to get to Jamar. And Asia, let me know if you're having any issues with that, because, yes, that's the address. So hit me back if you're having any issues. Jamar, can you still sell it from your private wallet? Yes. Now, it just depends on where you want to sell it, okay? If you want to complete a peer-to-peer transaction, you could do that. All you have to do is have someone's QR code. You could scan it, go directly from your phone to the phone. You could do that, okay? If you want to, if you are somewhere where they accept Bitcoin as payment, you can do it directly from your phone, okay? If you want to trade on another exchange like Shapeshift.io, you definitely want to have it here. Okay. Now, if you want to go and sell it back on Coinbase, you have to send it back to Coinbase. Send some of it, whatever amount you want to sell. Okay. You're in total control. You call all the shots when you're like this. How you doing, man? I'm having students walk past me and say hi. But you're in 100% total control. So in this situation, so yes, Jamar, you have to transfer some back. Whatever amount you want to sell, you can put that back. Just factor in the amount you want to sell plus whatever fees you may have. You put that back in to Coinbase so you can sell it from there. But if you want to sell some, this is just on GP. If you want to sell some, let me know, because there's a lot of people in here that'll buy it from you peer-to-peer. And there's a lot of people that are not here that will buy it peer-to-peer. All right? Let's see. Okay, Asia, let's see. Okay, you copied and pasted. Make sure, okay, Asia, you got a Bitcoin address and you're trying to, okay. All right, you still having an issue, Asia? Get back with me, I want to know, because if you copied and pasted that, make sure there's no spaces on either side of that address. It's going to begin with a 1. Let's see. Put a screenshot of your QR code. Let me see. I can type the address, David. Hold on. Let me see. This is what I'll do. Oh, yeah. This is what I can do. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Hold on. Let's see. I'm doing a screenshot. So I'm going to do this. Anybody hit me with any other questions? So are you okay now, Asia? Okay. That. I see right here that you said, yeah. AJ, are you saying yes, that you're okay that the transaction was completed? Okay, let's see. Okay, David, I am working on my QR code to get that up there, and I'll just throw it in. I think I can throw it into a little. I don't think I can put it in a thing here. What I can do is I can type the address in. Hold on. I can copy the address. Let's see here. can go to, let's see, Jamark, David, I'm gonna see, Jamark said he's sending David his too. That's very important. Thank you, David. I'm trying to be informative. Asia, delete the text that is before the I, and then it should work. Yeah, that's correct. If there's anything before the 1, I'm sorry, the address is going to start with a 1. Still working on it. Want to send me some coin to see if it works. Oh, yeah, everybody's going ham today. All right, cool. Great. Let me see here. Dang, I got to get my address out there before everybody else get theirs in. Let's see. We're going to go drive. Let's see. New document. Anybody having any issues, any other issues with wallets, or any having understanding, any questions? Let me see. Am I getting a text too? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm getting a few texts too. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna just jump over here and grab my address. And I am verifying it. Copy. Go over here. And I'm going to do this, upload. Okay, boom. Here's something. Boom. Let's see. Faluke. We talk. Let's say I bought some ETH on Coinbase. Now I want to move it to Trezor to keep it safe. So you're saying, let's see. You're saying that you first go to Coinbase, then to accounts, then use the send option. But first, I need to get the address and the address to receive it from Trezor. Yes. Okay, yes. What you need to do is you need to create these. You need to create a send address, a receive address on the Trezor. Okay. You need an address to receive. Okay. Then when you generate that receive address on your Trezor, then you use that in your send address from Coinbase. Does that get it? Let's see, TC, I think they're still waiting for you to us to do that transaction demo. So go ahead and hit me with that coin. It's for the people. Now, well, oh, okay. Thank you. And Faluke, am I getting the pronunciation correct of your name? I'm going to try something with the QR code. So like this address, I just posted my address. You can send that anywhere. You can put it on a billboard if you want. That's the public address. And if I never have the private key that's associated with that public address online or at an exchange, when you make payments to that address, those transactions will go to the blockchain. And I mean, that's the beauty of some of this stuff. Even if your device, if you generated an address and your device is not online, it's still a valid address. And as long as you have that key, then your transactions will belong to you. So I could take a computer that's not connected to the internet and and generate a private and a public key on there. Issue out the public address, okay? Have people pay into that. All of those transactions will be on the blockchain. There's no third-party exchange involved in this, any of that. And I will have access to those funds because I control the private key, okay? Even if this was a paper wallet or a cold wallet, personal private wallet, whatever you want to call it. If you control the keys, then it's your Bitcoin. If someone else has the keys, then it might be your Bitcoin. You might just be sharing it. But they can spend. They have just as much spending authority as you do. If you share those keys. Now, when we talk about the multi-sig wallet, that's a different scenario. But if your first foray into Bitcoin was with an exchange and you still have all of your Bitcoin in that account, then they have the keys. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, can you? Oh, yes, Asia. Yeah, you can for bread wallet. Yes. Asia? What were you trying to? Which coin were you using or trying to transfer? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I was trying to. Well, I'm gonna mess it up again. Faluke. I have a cousin whose name is Faluke, so I thought it was the same pronunciation. So Asia, yes, you can only do Bitcoin with the Bread wallet. Now there's another wallet. Now if you guys wanted to talk about doing other coins, here I'm gonna give you this. Give me 1 second. Now, I also recommend this wallet, but the only reason I didn't bring it up is because I wanted you guys to start off like at the ground level. But Asia, what coin are you trying to transfer? Oh, okay, great, cool. All right, okay. So here, I'm gonna give you guys Jax, AXX. Now, if you can do the same thing, download this wallet. You can configure it there's a bunch of coins you can pick from, but use those same principles of securing that seed. Okay. Okay, Asia. Yeah. So Asia, yes, you can go to Litecoin and get a Litecoin wallet, but you can also go to Jax as well. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Mark, I got you. So just to be clear, to create a wallet outside of the honeypot, aka Coinbase, what platform should be used. Use the platforms. Mark, it depends on what type of wallet. If you're using Bitcoin, I suggest the Electrum wallet. I just put up Jax. If you guys are going to be using more than one cryptocurrency, the same thing you did with Electrum, do with the Jax wallet. I just didn't want to confuse you guys because it has a lot of more options in it because it's a multi-coin wallet. Now, like I said, if you want to do more than one type of coin, do the Jax wallet. I just wanted everyone to kind of crawl before we start walking today. Okay. So if you do the Jax wallet, then yeah, you got it. You can get it. Salita, yeah, I would back. Salita says, so if I own, say, 6 different coins, well, I need 6 different seeds. Yes, but if you use this Jax wallet, just make sure you back that wallet up, and you should be fine. And when I say back this up, I mean, guys, you can back these things up on a jump drive. I do that frequently, but I encrypt the file. And like I said, I didn't want to try to get too technical on you guys. I just wanted you to get the gist of just backing up that seed as a first step of security. There are many other levels you can pile on if you kind of like paranoid like me, but if you don't, when we talk about just securing the seed and then memorizing it and then putting it away, that's really a very good security protocol, and that will work for you in the event that you got them off the exchanges. In the event that a natural disaster may cause the destruction of one of these, if you only have one copy of it, or the destruction of your printout of your wallet, that brain wallet, that memorization of that seed will allow you to recover everything that you lost in the physical world. Yes, Jamar, Electrum, yes. So I can use Jax as an yes, you can use Jax. Like I said, you can use Jax. I just didn't want to hit you guys with Jax today because I didn't want to confuse you with all of the different options. I want you to get the concept. This is the concept. Secure the seed. If you understand that, you have to have your own wallet, not one that you got from the exchanges, and that you know how to secure that wallet as a seed, using that seed, writing it down, memorizing it, memorizing it, and securing the written seed somewhere or multiple places, and then committing it to memory. That's what I want you guys to get. And if you get that today, then yes, let's go on to Jax and go on to other ones like MetaMask and even the smart contract platforms. And I don't want you guys just to get it. I want you to get it to be able to help others get it too. Let them know that these exchanges are not the end all do all, and there's some exposure there. Do you know this? This is just, I read an article today. So the Coinbase app has been downloaded more than Instagram. Okay. So we know that, and guess who else knows it? Everybody that's going to look at Coinbase and knows that it is now officially a honeypot. Because we're talking about after when Bitcoin was approaching 10,000, they were doing 100,000 accounts a week on Coinbase, and that's just one exchange. Okay, so you have all this. Think of all of these people that are getting Bitcoin. That's driving up those fees, those transaction fees. They're just pouring drops of honey into the pot, and the pots are overflowing. So it's going to happen, and it's not just like some nefarious hacker out there sitting in a dark room saying, I'm trying to break into Coinbase. Honestly, people, it could be a disgruntled employee. Or, I mean, I'm just telling you because this is how these things happen. It could be an inside job. It could be, you never know. So, but you don't want to be caught in the middle of that. That's why I'm saying get those coins off. And then you go in and you got some more cash you want to transfer over, go ahead and do it. But you would only be exposed for that amount and not your total amount that you've accumulated since you first set up the account. Let's see. Shalita says she's paranoid. Yes. Shalita, there's a quote by one of IBM's. No, it was either one of IBM's founders or Hewlett Packard's founders. It says, "Always be paranoid." Not so in the sense of personal, but in a sense that you know that you're exposed or that you have something valuable that someone may try to take. I don't want you to be paranoid where it affects your quality of life, but be cautious. That's what I could say. Be cautious. Secure the seed, yes, Jamar, yes. Coinbase is a target. I mean, it's just a number. It's really just it's really a numbers game. I mean, someone somewhere is gonna say, you know, X amount of millions of dollars is worth it to try it. And that's just the facts. Okay. Let's see. Can you buy Bitcoin from a private wallet? Asia, yes. Asia, yes. That's what's called a peer-to-peer transaction. Okay. So this is how it's going to go down, Asia. I'm just letting you know right now. Okay. So pretty soon I'm going to be hungry, and I'm going to make my way down to Flat Shoals Avenue. And when I do it, you know, I am going to I'm going to want to buy those wings. I don't know, probably a 10-piece or something. 10-piece of those lemon pepper, which you won't tell me the secret sauce on them, but it's all good. I'm going to want to get me a 10-piece or maybe a 20-piece. And I'm going to say, do you accept Bitcoin? And you're going to take your wallet and you're going to create a receive address. And I'm going to create a send transaction. And you're going to create that QR code. And then I'm going to turn my camera on my device from within my app. And I'm going to scan that QR code. And whatever you tell me the amount is for those wings, I'm going to enter it in here, and then I'm going to hit send. When I hit send, it's going to ask me for my PIN number because that's another security component to this wallet. And it's going to propagate that transaction to the blockchain. You will then be able to go to history in your wallet and be able to see a transaction. You'll be able to see the transaction that I just paid you. Okay? That's what's called a peer-to-peer transaction from my phone device to your device. And you can do it just like that. So yes. Okay. Good question. Good question. Let's see. Yeah. Yes, Shalita, yes. The Coinbase hack will make Equifax hack look like small beans. And I just keep saying Coinbase, and I mean to say exchanges in general, because I think Coinbase, if you would ask me who's the most secure, I would say Coinbase as far as the exchanges. Okay. Well, let me take it back. There's a decentralized exchange called BitShares. It's way more. It's more. It's sort of like having a collective private wallet. But as far as the centralized exchanges, I would say Coinbase is probably the safest one because they know they have to be. Like I said, when I just logged into my account, you know, we did two-factor authentication. They did the text back, things like that. Now, that's from a login perspective. From an internal perspective, you know, we never know what's going on. There could, I mean, we don't know. I'm not saying it's happening because I don't want to, you know, throw any type of saying that they're exposed. But when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about networks in general. The more valuable that people know that whatever's on that network, the more valuable that information is, someone makes a decision that it's worth the risk of doing it. And that someone could be from the outside or like most of the time somebody from the inside. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's see. Asia, can you link a private wallet to a bank account? No. That's why we need the exchanges right now. Because what you do is you use them to transfer money from your bank account to that exchange to get those coins. Now, there are, however, Bitcoin ATMs. One-way ATMs where you put cash in and then you scan your address and the machine sends Bitcoin to the Bitcoin blockchain network to complete that transaction. There are a lot of those here in Atlanta. And there are, I haven't used one yet, but there are what they call two-way ATMs where you can actually take and do a send where you send Bitcoin to that ATM right there as you're standing in front of it, and it dispenses cash out to you. Okay. So linking a private wallet to a bank account, not at this point. Now, with BitShares, and which we'll talk about that. Shout out to Crypto Willie. We're going to probably do a video on that this weekend. With BitShares, if you are interested in trading, you can attach your BitShares trading account to a bank account, and you can also attach it to what's called an international payments card, which is like an international credit card. And then use that. You can't use that. Unfortunately, you can't use that international payments card in the U.S. But if you're like, if you're like Rachel, shout out to Rachel Travels. If you're like her, you're international, and you travel around, you can use that international payments card and use it wherever in other places in the world. I hope the U.S. catches up to that, though. Banking cartels probably kind of hold off on that. Let's see. Oh, okay. So Asia's got lemon pepper combos for $11.87. All right. Shout out. Then she put her address in there. All right. I don't know if I may be able to make it down, but I'll know when I get there. I may. Yeah. I was there the other night. I don't know if I can make it today, but we're coming back because we're going to film it. We're going to film our transaction that we do down at Wing Bar down in East Atlanta Village. And then, and you guys, and this is just a side note for what I think is going to be the next big thing with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is adoption. Meaning when, now today we can go to the Wing Bar and get wings with Bitcoin. You should be able to go buy a loaf of bread or a cup of coffee or pay your bills or mortgage or rent or buy a car with Bitcoin. It's novelty now because you can buy a Tesla. You can buy a Tesla with it, but you should be able to buy any model you want with it, any make or model. So that's what I call mass adoption. When we use Bitcoin as easily as we use a credit card, and then you won't have to worry about converting stuff over to cash to crypto to do that. You just buy it. All of your people will be like, what is cash? Well, it's all crypto at this point. We will see that day. That's mass adoption. We're still in the early adoption stages. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, Luke says, correct me if I'm wrong, Richard, but you mentioned earlier that when you buy from Coinbase, that they create a private key for you and hold it. So when I send Bitcoin or Ether to my treasurer, they no longer have my private key, or do they? And so if they are hacked down the road, I'm still at risk. Okay, no, they still have the private key. What you're going to do when you have that treasury, you're creating a new private key with its own payment. It generates its own payment addresses. Then what you do is you go to Coinbase and you pay your new private key. You pay your new payment address, which is controlled by your private key. So basically, you're emptying out the amount of Bitcoin that is controlled by Coinbase's key, and you're paying it into the address that's controlled by your key. So if your balance in Bitcoin is 0 on Coinbase, it doesn't matter if it gets hacked. They can have that key, okay? Because they can have that key. There's nothing they can do with it. They can't steal anything from it because there's nothing there. So let them have it. Now, when you transfer from your bank account back to the Coinbase account, that interim time before when you make that transfer from your bank to that Coinbase account, and you're holding Bitcoin there, now if you get hacked in between that time and you don't get a chance to send it from that account to your Trezor, then yes, you're exposed during that window. Okay? But if you just make it a practice to say, hey, I'm going to go to Coinbase, I'm going to buy my coin, it's going to hit my my Coinbase wallet, and then I'm going to pay my own wallet, you're good. If that's just second nature to you and how you conduct your Bitcoin transaction, that this video is worth it doing it. If that can hit home. Okay? So what you do is, yeah, your Coinbase should always be at a minimum amount or 0, because you're going to want to pay yourself. And then, guys, you got to look at it. We're going to move to the point to where, just say that the price of Bitcoin goes up or whatever, and you got some Bitcoin, you're holding it, and someone else wants some Bitcoin. Just tell them to download the wallet and have them buy it from you. They give you cash. They generate an address after they've secured their seed, and they give you cash, and then you pay them. You do a transaction. And you can do that based on whatever you want. Let's just say if Bitcoin is worth $10,000 and you want to sell your Bitcoin for $10,020, go ahead and make that. People will pay it. You'll get a transaction fee on the Bitcoin network, but you can add what you want to it. Let's see, the beat technician, thank you. You're welcome, man. Let's see, Jamark says, how would you set that up on an online store? Just depends on what you're setting up. If you're using like WordPress with a WordPress website, ecom with like WooCommerce plugin, something like that, there's a Bitcoin plugin for WooCommerce. So you could actually download, set up the website in WordPress, install the WooCommerce plugins, and configure it to accept Bitcoin just like it accepts credit cards or PayPal transactions. It's just be another option there for you to configure on your website to accept a different type of transaction. Okay. Thanks for that question, Jamar. That's cool. I like that. Let's see. We'll be doing that today. If it's a WordPress account, just WooCommerce. WooCommerce plugin. I know some of you guys may be leaving. I can still go. I'm good here. But if hit me with some more questions. But I'm just gonna kind of like do another little PSA that. Well, first of all, I'm doing a PSA for net neutrality. We gotta save that. We gotta fight for that. Otherwise, if there's no net neutrality, in theory, no, in practice, I think would be I would have to pay for the streaming this video, and you guys would have to pay for watching the video. Okay, that could happen because the networks like Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, they would charge for this to happen. Okay, so we need net neutrality. So when you see those posts, those calls for action on social media, say call your senator, call your representative, come protest, send this email, you need to do it. That is a big deal. Just imagine everywhere you drove, every public street was a toll road. That's what happens on the internet in the absence of net neutrality. Okay, that's big. You're not hearing a lot about it on the news because All those guys are in bed with the telephone companies, the big media outlets. So what I'm saying is that's a big thing. That's my PSA. That's my non-blockchain appeal to you today. Net neutrality is real. We need it. We need to fight for it. So just keep it. You'll hear about that, and I'll probably be going in on that a lot this week. Okay. Right now, it's going to be up to how we respond to Congress to let them know net neutrality needs to stay. Okay. So unless you don't want to drive, hold on one second.
I didn't forget about you.
Oh, man.
I did not.
All right, I'm doing a live broadcast. Hey, somebody just brought me some cake. Yeah, thank you. All right, just brought some cake in here. I work with good people. But net neutrality is real. We need it. So let's fight for it. Because, I mean, if you don't want to, like I said, the analogy is if you drove out of as soon as you drove on a public road, you had to pay a toll for every corner you turn, every street, avenue, boulevard, interstate, highway that you drove on. That's what can happen to the internet in the absence of net neutrality. Okay. Yes, that is major, Shalita. That is major. Another thing I want to try to appeal to you guys is this blockchain space is wide open. So, if you're a developer, if you're a UX developer, if you're even a marketer, anything that you have to do with the internet, like dedicate some part of your time to blockchain, because this is where it's all going. Hey, thanks a lot. Okay. I got a fork now, so I'm gonna deal with this cake. But definitely like expand your horizon and get ready to work on your skill set, because this if you're in this field, if you're a developer, if you're a web developer or a software developer, front end, back end, if you're an online marketer, all of these things, all of this stuff is about to change because of the blockchain. It's going to be big. Everybody's trying to get on the blockchain in some type of way. So let's dedicate like some of our intellectual power to expanding our skill set. I mean, a lot of you guys recently know web expectancy is no more. And me and Tricia, we started a new blockchain consultancy called Decentralware. So basically, I've taken a leap from something that I've been doing for the last 25 years, which is web development, app development, and consulting in that sphere, and saying, I'm not doing a total pivot. I'm doing a total immersion into the blockchain. And it's really something that I've been really doing for about 18 months now. But then I just had to come to the realization, look, you're more than a web developer and more than an app developer at this point. You need to go ahead and jump into this stuff. And I want to encourage others to take the leap with me. Okay? So let's see. Hey, gang, there's an app that you can use to fight issues very conveniently, 5 calls. Okay, cool. Thank you, Irv. Okay, immersion. That's right, immersion. And let me know too, because like when we talk in person, let's see. I'm gonna hit us with a couple of links for books that I've actually read. You can jump on it, or if you see me in person, to say, hey, let's talk about that book you mentioned. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a couple of those links in. Some of you guys have reached out to me in person, so let's talk about those in person if we do it again. But I'm gonna put the links in here. Let's see. What is this? This one, the first one's going to be Mastering Bitcoin, 2nd edition. This is a very good read. It's good for developers and for lay people. It has the first part of it is going to be for just the general public. The second part gets into the technical aspects of Bitcoin, and I think it's a very good resource to start with. Uh, it's I liked it because it was full of answers, but it also inspired way more questions, which is good, and it just in different directions. So if you're so inclined, and I would say start with that one. The author of this book also has done a compilation of let's see, a compilation of some of his videos and lectures that he calls the Internet of Money. He just completed his second volume of that book. I'm going to post both of those as well. And these aren't affiliate links, guys. I'm just doing the searches right here, so just popping them in. Okay, cool. I'm doing that one, and then this is I own and read all of these books. I'm sending you guys. And with these, we're just talking about Bitcoin. I mean, this just touched on Bitcoin and currency, and a lot of times I'll tell you guys, look, currency is only the beginning. We talked about smart contracts in some of the meetups, but other than that, I mean, that's where the killer app for blockchain is with smart contracts, and we may do another one of these for that. So, I mean, let's see, we've been on for like 2.5 hours. I'll take any questions you guys may have, but we'll probably start wrapping it up here in a little bit. So if there's any questions, go ahead and hit me up. Because I know I can go on, but I don't want to hold anyone else up if you. Plus, I got cake now. Oh yeah, Herb. Yes, you can. Let's see my. If you're talking about follow me on Twitter, um, let's see Ingrid. Yeah, I want you to take the lead too. Any other developers out here, Ingrid? I see you out there. I want you developers to take the link, Ingrid. I keep telling us when we get in person, ask me about those books again. But yeah, Ingrid, I'm ready for you to take the lead too. Any of you developers, any of you front end developers, let's get together. I want to turn you into back end, and I want to turn you into fully back end, front end developers, and all points in between. It's not too many of us in this field, so we need to like put as many tools in our toolbox as we can and collaborate. Where our strengths may be someone else's weaknesses and vice versa. Okay, because I've been talking about this stuff, but ultimately we're gonna have to like roll up our sleeves and start hitting some keys on the keyboard and cracking out some code. That's for Ingrid. That's for you, Jamark. That's for every other developers in here. I think I saw Alphonse. He was in here, and anybody else that's a developer in any capacity. Let's start putting out some stuff. Okay, yeah, AC, I think I can save this video. I think I can save it and then put it up. Just have it for people here in the in the group, and I'll probably open it up and put it under my own. Let's see. I just got a text in. Who sent me a text? Cool. Okay. Yeah, some people have left the group, but they're still sending me text. So I'm kind of responding to that too. So, kind of give me an overall synopsis. What do you think about this format? I mean, this is real easy for me to do. To just jump on and talk about things. Definitely want to do some actual workshops. We got the facilities to do workshops hands-on. So in case you guys didn't get the full gist of what I was trying to get across, we can do some hands-on stuff where we're working, step by step. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Insight into coding, but want to start something that may not leave. Okay. Shalita, I would suggest say this. I got a book to suggest. I haven't done any of the online stuff. There's a couple of them. I forget the name of them. I haven't done any online stuff, but I'll give you the link to the book that I used to teach. Let's see, and a couple of books. Let me say, and then I'll elaborate on it here in a second. Let's see. This is I'm gonna send you a link. There's this. Let's see, where is it at? It's called Head First Programming. I'm gonna drop the link in here, and me and Ingrid have had conversations about this one. This book, Shalita, it's called Head First Programming. If you take this book, if you get this book, and like I said, if you guys see me in person, ask me about it. If you take this book and you study this book, you complete this book in 30 days. Okay. You will have a very good grasp of how computer programs are built and how to program in the Python language. You guys saw me waving and saying, hey, to kids. I had kids walking by my class earlier that I start those kids off using Scratch programming, but when they get up to about high school, I turn them into Python programmers. Scratch can only be used for education. Python can be used for education and real world programming. You can put Python on your resume and get a job programming Python. This book, Head First Programming, uses Python as a teaching tool. And then they also have a subsequent book specifically focused on Python that teaches you how to use Python. If you're a CPA, I think I have access to some books that talk about programming and finance and programming and things like that. Shalita, good. I want to talk to you outside of this forum because I want to talk about taxes and cryptocurrency. That could be a whole nother practice or focus for people in your field as a CPA. Because now we're talking about, hey, what are you doing? People are trying to figure out how they pay taxes on these capital gains that they're having, you know, when Bitcoin goes from 3,000 to 17,000 dollars. So we definitely want to look at that because that'll be in the smart contract realm. Also, okay, hey, Lakeisha Crow. Lakeisha Crow's in real estate. So we talk about smart contracts. We can talk about fractional ownership of real estate, where you can build on top of a smart contract platform and a smart contract REIT, real estate investment trust, on the blockchain. That's coming. So definitely, whatever field you're in, if the blockchain isn't already there, then it's coming. But definitely, Shalita, we got to have that conversation because I've been wanting to talk to CPAs about, taxes and blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I've been wanting to talk to real estate professionals and have those conversations about fractional ownership of real estate, where you're talking about private keys that are attached to titles of property. I've been wanting to talk to attorneys about, okay, what is the upcoming smart contract platforms? What types of existing contracts can be transferred to the blockchain and legally binding, controlled by private keys? Okay, so it's coming. Okay, Ingrid, great. She just finished her intro to Python. Yes. Great. Okay, so that industry needs software that will track the cost basis of these coins as they're converted to cash into new altcoins. Yep. If you, Shalita, if you just Coinbase and was just had a big battle with the FBI that wanted all of their account and holder information between 2013 and 2015 of those account holders that had over $20,000 in transactions, because they want to make sure that these people are paying their taxes and what they're doing with it. So those are some interesting conversations. And the thing about it is, it's not just going to be trying to lock in the cryptocurrency into the existing laws. We have to tell them we want better laws that line up with current technologies, including blockchain. So, okay, great. You'll be at the meetup Monday. Great. Yeah, we're doing the preparation for that. Trucia's on me. She's like, I gotta have my outline in tonight. So we'll have that. We're putting the polishing touches on that for the meetup for Monday. The meetup for Monday. The title of the meetup is You, Me, Us, and We: The True Value of Blockchain and Cryptocurrency. And so it's going to be talking really about more of the societal aspects of cryptocurrency and the blockchain. We will talk about the technology, but I really want this to be more of like a town hall type of thing, to where I want to talk about how cryptocurrency and blockchain is going to affect our lives as a society as well. So that's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to have fun with that one. I want you guys to have fun with it too, because I'm going to be soliciting a lot of feedback from you guys on Monday. Okay. And bring some people. We've sold it out, but I think, just more the merrier. Hey guys, if we don't have chairs, we're going to be standing. We're going to give all the ladies the chairs, and because we're going to be running through it. And as always, whenever we finish those meetups, we'll always go somewhere to meet afterward, have a drink, and so forth. So be prepared to that if you want to participate. Any other questions? I'll just sit here and take some stuff in. So pop the questions in. If not, I'll wait a few more minutes and we'll kind of shut it down. If any of you guys have my email, I'll put that in here. Feel free to send me an email. Those of you that have my phone number, send me a text. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So, okay, cool. So the process is basically buy it on Coinbase, send it to your hardware wallet, and if I want to transfer Ether into something like Bearcoin, I should use Shapeshift. Yes, that's exactly correct, man. Yep. Yes. And you can do peer-to-peer transactions too. That is it. That is exactly correct. Let's see here. All right, I'll just kind of sit here for a second. I'm gonna maybe get a bite of this cake, but Other than that, hey, thank you guys for logging in. Any questions? I mean, I'll try to answer them as best as I can. We will see you during the meetups. You'll see me on the Blockfolio Media channel with Willie Crypto talking about stuff. We're going to shoot another segment this Sunday. We'll probably release it. I think we just dropped a segment like this week. We dropped 2 segments this week, actually. Dropped one earlier in the week, and then I dropped one last night. So, hit me up. I put everything, I put my email, my Twitter, Instagram out there, and then also on Facebook here in the group. Okay. Other than that, hey, thank you. Next time we do this, I'll figure out how to do that screen share. I know how to do it on other platforms. This is just my first time doing it on Facebook. So I'll figure that out so I can walk you through step by step on some of the other more complex things. Because we can talk about, how to, a lot of times you may want to know how to do an ICO with the coins that are going on. So that would be a good one that we did online. So, just let me know. Okay. Hey, who's angry? Let me see. What is this? Who sent the angry up? Let me see. Who? Okay, you're welcome. P2P seems risky. What are the proper ways to do it? Okay. Great question. Okay, I put my contact up. You got my email, Irv, and my you got my email. Send me an email, and I'll send out my if you want to text me or something like that. Send me the email, and I'll send you my phone number. But on my Instagram, usually I'm RichardGetsIt, RichardGets. Like, hey, Richard, I get it. So RichardGetsIt on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Steemit, Reddit, all of those. I'm RichardGetsIt. So you can contact me there, and it's richard@richardgetsit.com. You can contact me there. That's my contact, Irv. Faluke says P2P seems risky. What are the proper ways to do it? Now, if you're doing peer-to-peer, when he says P2P with someone then there's no risk. That's just like handing your friend a $5 bill. Okay. If you're talking about getting it from someone else that you're just doing this transaction, because a lot of times there's a lot of people on Craigslist that they say, hey, meet me somewhere. I would do it in a public place. Do it at like Starbucks or something like that. The key to that is, depending on the amount, you want to make sure you have a certain amount of confirmations so they can't do a double spend on you. So let's just say you're just like doing like 20, 30 bucks buying Bitcoin. If you don't know the person, just say, hey, when we do this transaction, that's agreed that we're going to sit here till we get a certain number of confirmations. You can verify the confirmations from within your app. So I can go here and like, here's a transaction that I completed, and up here it'll say this transaction was completed, was initiated on the 12th, on the 1st of December, and since then it's had 2,529 confirmations. Usually on the Bitcoin network, after 6 confirmations, it's set in stone. You're not at risk of having a double spend or things like that. Okay. So it just depends when you're doing a peer-to-peer, transaction with people you don't know. Make sure you're in a safe place. Make sure you agree to that after the transaction, the actual of cash has changed hands. Then you should wait for those confirmations. Now, this is what has been warned for doing transactions. If that person is paying you in like PayPal, if you don't know them, I would not complete that transaction, because they could, if they're paying you for your Bitcoin, you give them the Bitcoin and they pay you with PayPal, they can turn around with PayPal and say, reverse the transaction or get my money back. And usually PayPal will be on their side when they do that. So be wary of things like that. But if it's a cash transaction, just say, hey, no drama. We want to sit here, wait on our 6 confirmations, and you do it. And then if anybody that is legit, they know that's the way you should do it. And if they don't want to do it, then I wouldn't do business with them. Let's see, Hawkins. All right, thanks, guys. Like I said, I'll still kind of sit here because I think I'm gonna go hang out just for a second, just to see. There's still some people in the building, so. All right. All right. I will take one more question. Let's see. Right now, I got 2:19, 2 hours and 19 minutes. I will wait until 2 hours and 21 minutes, and then I'll go ahead and log off. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. All right. Thank you, Shalitha. Cool. Cool. Just another note. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Beware of like these multi-level marketing programs. I'm gonna do a whole nother segment where I'm just gonna blast them. And the reason why is I was kind of holding back on them, but I don't want that. I don't want that to be our first foray into the cryptocurrency market. I don't want a novice. I don't want that to be their first experience, because they'll get burned in these schemes, these pyramid Ponzi schemes, and then they'll blame it on Bitcoin as a whole, and they will ignore it when they run into a legitimate opportunity to acquire Bitcoin, and then they'll be missing out because they had a bad experience with someone who didn't know the technology, who didn't have any scruples about onboarding, newcomers into this new area, and they were only trying to make a buck off of them. So if there's anything where you got to pay into a program and then go recruit others, run. Just don't do it. Okay. But we'll jump on that another time. I'm logging off. I'll see you guys later. Hey, thanks a lot.